Yeah, debate time because, well, I wanted to do power rankings, but I completely forgot this week is just all over the board. So next week we will do power rankings and we'll have a great time after the first 5 weeks, and we'll see where Dom puts the Chargers, which will probably be around 29-30, depending on what's going to go on there. But yes, this week in debate form, I ripped off this first question because, well, I couldn't really think of something to lead this question off on. So we all know the 49ers acquired Christian McCaffrey for a second, third, fourth last year, and he's honestly had blow up this offense even in more ways than one. Almost 2,200 total yards of regular season play, almost 17 games in with his tenure with the 49ers. A boatload of touchdowns. He scored in every single game he's played in, including the playoffs, which is, an amazing feat. My question for you, because he's been off to such a hot start, could Christian McCaffrey win MVP this season?
No.
Nope.
Simple answer is no. The answer we would want it to be, I'm sure some of us would say yes, but we all know who that award goes to,
It's a quarterback award.
It's a quarterback award, and that's all it is.
I mean, if Adrian Peterson didn't get MVP.
Yeah, it's kind of true. It's unfortunate. It is unfortunate, but could he win Offensive Player of the Year?
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, he could win Offensive Player of the Year.
He's probably the lead candidate for it right now.
Yeah, so. Has to be. I would say there's not really, is there? Well, maybe Tua, right, would be the consensus above everyone right now, leader for MVP.
MVP? No, yeah. I think him and Josh Allen right now.
Yeah, I think now Josh Allen is Vegas's odds-on favorite.
Okay. Yep.
Last time I saw this, they were co-MVPs right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't think anyone's really running away right now.
I think he was up by 150.
Yeah.
Most recently.
Fair.
Christian McCaffrey on the year has 80 rushes, 459 yards, 6 touchdowns. He also has 18 receptions for 141 yards and 1 score.
I mean, for 4 weeks, man, it's awesome. Absolutely awesome.
He's amazing. Like I said, it's sadly an MVP, quarterback award. So he's got no shot at it.
Yeah.
We have a lot of players returning from IR, including the likes of Jonathan Taylor, Cooper Kupp, and a lot more that, I could mention, but, that's just going to keep an ongoing sentence go longer than I really wanted to talk. So my question for you is, which player are you most excited about returning from IR this season?
I'm going to take low-hanging fruit. It's very easy. Their offense looks good without him, and that would be the Los Angeles Rams. So Puka Nacua has taken over Fantasy World. Kyron Williams has also taken over Fantasy World as 2 of the biggest pickups in fantasy this season. And they're adding an all-pro talent in Cooper Kupp to that offense. Yeah. LA Rams, Cooper Kupp, I'm very excited to see him back, as much as I do not have him in any leagues. But Cooper Kupp has to be the pick here.
See, I am so happy you took Kupp so that I didn't double up with Jonathan Taylor. Because with what Anthony Richardson is doing, athletically, you finally get to see that offense with Shane Steichen clicking at all cylinders. That when he eventually comes back, I think it's just going to be sick.
Problem is, does he come back and play?
I kind of think he does.
I think he has to. Otherwise, he doesn't get paid.
So his 21-day window started this week. So if they don't activate him, he's not activated off of IR, they just have that practice window open. If he doesn't get activated off that practice window, he's shut down for the year. He will not play.
Did he practice today?
He practiced fully. He was a full participant.
I mean, that's substantial, I think, though. Well, I want to hear what yours is first, because I have an idea.
You are mine is so out of left field. It starts with the Carolina Panthers. Their offensive line's been absolute dog water, and they finally get Austin Cober, their best offensive lineman, to return, and hopefully will protect Bryce Young more times than, I don't know, just a lot better than what they've been protecting him with, and maybe we'll see those flashes of Alabama Young and just all that stuff. So, hey, I want to see, the Panthers succeed with, now a viable offensive line for the first time this season.
I really like that answer. Well, I did not expect that to be your answer. I thought I knew your answer because I know there's someone here that you're really excited about that could be coming off of IR technically as well. I'm going to go with Jamison Williams. I know he was suspended. He also was hurt. So I'm going to take him as a player that I'm really excited. We didn't see much of him last year, really. And this year we have yet to. And I think with that offense kind of pumping a little bit, I mean, Josh Reynolds hasn't been bad at all. St. Brown's been fantastic, as expected. I really hope that Jamison Williams, can show us really what he could do. I hope he can fit in on that offense. I hope they can fit him in on that offense. And I really want to see what he's actually capable of because we haven't seen that. And we haven't seen what the Lions are capable of doing with him. So I really hope that works out for him, for the Lions. And, I don't think there's anyone that's just hating what the Lions are doing because why? What do you have there to hate? Because
see, if you don't like the Lions this year, you are a hater.
Come on, bro. Seriously. Yeah. You got to be at least a little bit appreciative that they're having some success, So I do want to see that.
If you hate on them, Dan Campbell might murder you.
Also true.
No, he won't murder you. He'll bite your kneecaps off.
Yeah.
You'll still live, but you won't have a kneecap.
That's right.
I already don't have one knee, so.
That's right.
Wow, both of you make up just a normal human 2 legs.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a fact. There are 2 normal legs in the studio at the moment, so.
So what I hate about a 17-week season is there's no such thing as a quarter way through the season because 17 can't be divided 4 times.
Well,
but in this case,
team it still is 16.
So, but for this question, I have to ask, which team or player has impressed you the most through the first 4 weeks?
I'm going to go with CJ Stroud, the second quarterback taken in the draft. I think he's been absolutely amazing. Lit up my team this weekend, and doesn't matter, not just this weekend. He's been absolutely amazing. He's looked not like a rookie. Tank Dell, Nico Collins, they've looked fantastic there. So shout out CJ Stroud as much as go blue, buddy. But couldn't beat Michigan, my man. I'll keep that in there. I'll have my own little win since you beat me this week.
You know what? Mine might be a little out of unexpected, but I really thought that, especially with the injury, that Brock Purdy would be a bit of one of those 1-year wonder things. That he was not going to come back and just fire right away, and dude has been lights out.
Yeah, they made the right choice committing to him. Jimmy G bye, just like.
Well, besides that, I really did not think that he would be remotely on schedule, healthy, clicking on all cylinders right off the start of the year. I thought they would bobble the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, I agree. And like Colton said, CJ Stroud's been lights out. I mean, he has yet to throw an interception. Am I correct in saying that?
Yep, CJ Stroud has not thrown an interception. He joins the likes of Brady, Mahomes, Manning as quarterbacks.
Can we appreciate that, how well they're doing with a terrible offensive line, or at least
now they're getting healthier because their right tackle's coming back now. He's coming off of IR.
Just handling the Steelers' awesome defensive front.
And he's making some receivers that no one was really giving any credit to kind of do a little stuff here. Nico Collins hasn't been bad. Colton said Tank Dell's been unreal for for being a rookie. I mean, that's awesome. So, yeah, they've done so much there, and I got to go Tampa Bay, man. Not what I expected. We've said it since the beginning of the season, and we said it before the season, that we counted them out without a doubt. Didn't even care. It was our shortest preview segment because we're like, well, we know how this goes. They're done, and they're not done. Baker has yet to throw a pick, I think, right? So
no, I think he threw a pick.
Oh, did he? Well, he's still doing good.
Yeah, I think he's involved against the Eagles.
Yeah.
Fair. Either way, Baker's not playing bad at all. I think we can all say we're impressed with Baker this year. And we're overall impressed with the team. None of us expected that. They're 3-1. I think they're the top of that division right now. I believe. So, it's
based on the Geno Smith rules, is Baker Mayfield right now a finalist for comeback player?
I think he has the conversation.
So I think it's Tua.
I would put
those
Tua
rules
ahead.
I mean, Tua's going to be probably the guy, but I'm just saying.
Well, it's going to be DeMar.
DeMar finally played a game, and he's probably going to play a lot more games considering now their secondary's falling apart again.
Again.
It's going to be DeMar, but
yeah, I think it has to be unless they do Co because they've done Co before. which wouldn't be bad. I would not be opposed.
I think it's be the year to do it.
This would be the year to do it.
No, they're not going to do it.
No. Either way, like Colton said,
They didn't do it the year Ben came back after his torn up elbow.
Because he didn't do well.
Huh?
Because he wasn't good.
Yeah, he led the league in passing yards.
Yeah, with a bunch of 5-yard checkdowns that Johnson just made him.
He had a good season. It was because Alex Smith came back. That's why he didn't get it.
That's true.
Gruesome leg injury came back. So you think a co for this year?
Didn't they do co though?
They did do co that year.
They did do co that year.
They didn't do co that year.
No, in 2020, yeah, Big Ben and Alex Smith split the award. That was a 1-on-1 thing.
You sure about that?
Here, let me look it up. Let me look it up really quick.
This might be a check the tape moment.
This is interesting.
I'm either gonna look like a real idiot or something here. I remember watching it live. I'm like, dude, this is unbelievable.
That's so funny if they did, dude.
There's no way. They definitely didn't do it.
No, they didn't do it that year.
I thought they did it a year though. Didn't they have a year where they did it?
No, they've done co-MVPs before. Like they did like Eddie George and Manning.
Where's my apology? You bastard? Huh?
Hey, that's Will. Hey, that's Will.
Well, no, they haven't. There hasn't been a comeback player of the year since Teddy Bruschi and Steve Smith Sr. in 2005.
If there was
What a pair, though.
No co for that year because I think Ben had a really good season. And if they didn't have a co that year, they're not having a co this year. The guy that damn near died on the field.
Well, might not be damn near. I think he did for a second, but
yeah.
No, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Well, my player that has impressed me through the first 4 weeks, Russell Wilson. He's starting to look a little bit more like himself, despite Denver just still being a dumpster fire. 9 touchdowns, 2 interceptions on the year, 67.4 completion percentage, 106.7 quarterback rating. A little over 1,000 yards. I would have picked Baker Mayfield, but Dom said it, so I didn't want to pick twice. So I'll do that.
Fair enough.
All right, let's go opposite. Which team or player has not impressed you through the first 4 weeks of the season?
I'm skipping this. I'm going right to a coach, Matt Canada. Shove it.
Up yours.
Since you brought it up.
But no, outside of Matt Canada, if I'm going to go to the team, it's got to be the Vikings. God almighty, the Vikings.
We knew their defense was going to be atrociously bad.
Yeah, I had them as a playoff team. I knew they weren't like
Same.
Kirk Cousins turn the ball over. Like still like, oh my gosh, the Vikings. Like I thought they had enough talent to at least make the wild card because the NFC is not that good. If they're awful, Vikings for me. God almighty.
So since you brought up Matt Canada, I want to know your opinion. How much more would it take before this falls on Tomlin and
it is on Tomlin. It is on Tomlin. I've been streaming from the Raptors. I looked up my tweet that I had years ago with the dilly to the freaking dungeon or the pit, wherever the hell that damn commercial was.
Pit of misery.
Pit of misery, dilly, Mike Tomlin. See you there. Like I tweeted something like that. Like I've been on the hate for Tomlin for years now. I'm not gonna make it a whole Steelers episode. It falls on Tomlin. You're gonna sit here and die on the sword of this guy being god awful, running the same high school plays every week. You're going to fall on the sword. So I'm not saying Tomlin gets fired at the end of this year. I think if the Steelers continue to blow, but just get back to 500, which I see them doing, falls on Tomlin. And if it doesn't, then the Roonies are clearly we've changed directions in Steeler Nation. It's the franchise has changed roles on just being average. They're not looking to win titles and compete in AFC Championship games.
I mean, I'd argue they've been average since 2000.
Well, they have been. Their last playoff win was 2016, and I think that was the game they won by like damn field goals. Like so, like it was an impressive win. So
I'd say they've been average since that Super Bowl appearance versus Packers.
They haven't been average. They've had a ton of talent. They've been just underperforming. You can't.
That's average.
I wouldn't say it's average. And you got Antonio Brown should be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but he went cuckoo. Le'Veon Bell, if you say it in Pittsburgh, is going to turn into a Hall of Famer. That's not average and haven't been. That's not average. They just underperformed under head coach Mike Tomlin. But not a Steelers episode. I gave him my piece.
Yeah. I just want to say, Colton, if I were you, I would have been so disappointed and upset how that ended.
There it is.
2018. Nice.
You're on it. See, I've been on it for a while now. In the Tomlin.
The best part about that pit of misery joke is the Eagles won the Super Bowl that year. So besides the fact that we've always been the pit of misery, I have a beer cup that says the championship is thine, Philly, Philly.
Yeah, that's cool. That's pretty cool.
That is pretty sweet.
All right, back to this topic. I am going to take the lowest of hanging fruits, and I'm going to say the Cincinnati Bengals and Joe Burrow. It has been just complete and utter disappointment week after week, and I know Joe. I know he's dealing with a little bit of injury, but I don't think it's enough to say, man, you should be better than this. It's not pretty. It's not pretty at all. I think fantasy owners are pretty freaking pissed. I think, of receivers and of
19-inch
Burrow.
freaking quarterbacks I got.
Yeah. And then, Jamar Chase is suffering because of it as well. And I know he's gone first round in a lot of drafts, pretty much all of them. So that sucks. But nonetheless, they should be doing better, man. I mean, we all know they should be doing better, and Joe Burrow knows it, and it needs to change soon or it is lost. And that's ugly. That is not what anyone expected.
He looked more mobile in practice today. I'll give him that. So this could be an interesting week here for the Bengals.
Good. I mean, hopefully they need a get right game. And I think we said it last week or the week before that, this might be the get right game.
The Rams.
Yeah, sure.
The Rams, the Titans.
He hasn't had a get right game. We need a get right game from Joe Burrow. It needs to happen very soon. So if we're coming out of week 6 and it's still just as ugly, man, it's over. Like, you can't come back from that.
They've been late starters.
Yeah,
but this is becoming a problem.
This is an issue. So
I got 2. The rushing leader last year, Josh Jacobs, 166 yards on the ground this year. I don't know what's going on there. They're splitting him with Zahir White.
Maybe
that offensive line is probably the worst in football.
And I gotta pick the Jets for this. Dalvin Cook, you're paying the man $8 million, and he can't run more than like 2 yards on a carry. Like whenever he sees the field. When I see him on the field, I said just get him off the field. I can't watch that stuff. That was terrible.
So I guess with keeping with the trend of picking your own team, the Eagles.
You're not impressed with the Eagles?
No. This is the most uninspiring 4-0 team I've ever seen.
Well, I guess that's fair.
Like, they don't look good. They're getting carved up by Sam Howell, not barely sacking Sam Howell.
Yeah, but that kind of tells you about coaching in that game, to be honest. But
that was a good game, though. Like, for someone that's not someone's not a fan, like from the outside, like watching it, it's like it was a good game because you like those really close games and just
that should be a close game though. If you're the Eagles, who your dream right this season, your benchmark is Super Bowl. You do not get into a single game versus the Commanders.
Good team, you're winning games. So like again, not everyone's gonna be blowout.
He's been hit and sacked more than anybody else in the league, and we barely breathe on him.
I mean, you could say the same thing about the Steelers game. That's my point. You won the game though. As ugly as it was, a win's a win. You're only going to get better from it.
How many times can you say that though? Because that's like after each game so far this year, it's been that was ugly. A win's a win.
That was the team that beat you last year. You're undefeated, and that was a team that's stumped that one up for you. So the fact that you got them in an ugly game, you take it. I'm shocked. See, I'm shocked you went there.
You got James Bradbury playing nickel, and it's not going well. So hopefully Bradley Roby, who they signed this week, fixes that. Maddox is like he's the only guy who can play inside, apparently.
I got to end this on a lighthearted question because, well, we were all at the game on Monday and obviously all had a nice, delicious beverage, and I won a really good TikTok. What tastes better, a regular priced beer or a stadium priced beer?
Only if they're 24s.
No, regular priced. I am way too cheap to be. The people in front of us at the game, I think they had at least. They each individually, I think, had like 4 or 5. I'm like, I wish I had money like that, boy. Holy God! Like, what are we doing? Yeah, definitely regular price for me, man.
Well, is this the part where we flame MetLife? Is this when we do this?
Yeah, I was pissed. I was kind of pissed, bro.
We live on
stadium
the
beers.
stadium, the 24 tall boy stadium beers. No matter where we go, Phillies games, Eagles games, they're always the 24s. MetLife, little ones, little beers.
16s, bro. I was very shocked to see that. I love a good stadium beer.
Like I will pay $14 for a 24-ounce beer.
Well, I just sent you that video I made that you never posted on your Instagram story. That is beautiful. I made this video before the game, and I thought it was amazing. And I think Colton will laugh, but I love stadium beers, man. Stadium beers are fantastic. I love a good stadium beer. You get to the game, first thing, get a stadium beer or two. It's like nice and cold.
Also,
the
no Yings.
aluminum, so good. Yeah, we were hoping for Yinglings.
No Yinglings,
okay.
no tall boys.
Yeah, if it wasn't for Will sending me birthday money when I saw Everton last summer, I wouldn't have bought a beer. He goes, "Oh, get a beer at the stadium for me." So got a beer.
Had a nice Michelob.
But
We're classy, man.
I'm way too cheap. I'm definitely way too cheap for buying beers in the stadium. So
They're
I also like having my 2 or 3 in the parking lot, and then that's it. I like enjoying the game. I never like having a buzz in the stadium because that could be really like I'm already annoying. I'll just be like 20 times worse. Like I'm just like I'm good.
That's fair.
Guilty.
Yep.
Guilty.
Very guilty. But no, I love a good stadium beer. I will take a stadium beer over a beer, any other kind of beer, any day of the week because it's just the energy.
A $15 Bud Light tastes way better than like a $2 one you could buy at a liquor store. Like,
yeah, I don't know if it tastes better. It's just the energy around it. The energy surrounding that beer is beautiful. That's it.
Let me share Dom's video really quick.
Oh, here we go.
He put blood, sweat, and tears into this thing.
All right, open your boxes. Open your boxes. 1, 2, 3.
And then they didn't have Yingling.
Yeah,
There's no Yingling.
that was my that video was my impression that morning. I made that video. I was like, "This is us tonight, guys. We're getting some stadium beers," and I made that video. I thought that was so funny. But yeah.